Hey guys, it's Kendall Bonner here at eXp Realty with another video to help you if you're new to real estate or maybe struggling a little bit to get your business jump started, getting your career started, or maybe you're not licensed yet and you just want to know, what does it look like to be a real estate professional? Either way, I got you covered. So we're going to do a quick little video here about all the things that I think you should be focused on, especially in the beginning of getting your career started in real estate, and what you should be doing day to day. So let's talk about a day in the life of a real estate agent, how to manage those day-to-day activities. Now, let me just say this. There's something called time management out there. And I always was told that time management's really not realistic because we can't manage time. We all get the same 24 hours a day. But what you really get to manage is your activities and your choices. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So when you're managing your activities and you're managing your choices, whether it's your choice to say yes or your choice to say no to something, you have a couple of different strategies that you can implement. One of the things I always tell people is, if it's not in writing, it doesn't exist. Let me say that again, for those of you who missed that, because you turned away, you stopped listening to me for some reason. Why did you do that? Because everything I'm saying is super important. Okay, I'm just kidding. But what I do want to say to you is, if it's not in writing, it doesn't exist. Meaning you've got to have a detailed schedule or calendar in order for you to really manage your day-to-day activities. All right. So we do this in the form of time blocking. If you want to be more generic, if you want to be super specific, you can do that as well. But time blocking is a really great tool to help you have a consistent schedule every single day to help you grow and manage your real estate career. Now, how do we do that? Well, the first step I want to say to you in managing your day-to-day activities is how you end your day is just as important as how you start your day. So let's review, I would say the night before, what you should be doing to help you prepare for your next business day. I think you should have a moment to review and reflect at the end of each day. I think it's just a good habit to have, and it'll help create not only just good habits, but also I think a sense of appreciation and gratitude. So part one of this is create a quick list of gratitudes and affirmations. Maybe it's just 1, 2, or 3 things the night before that you are grateful for. Also, reaffirming yourself, giving yourself that positive self-talk. A lot of us have limited beliefs. A lot of us have all these things we tell ourselves that are negative about how we can't do this, how we can't do that. Well, maybe turn those upside down and write them as unlimited beliefs in your journal each night. Next, write out a quick list of what went well today. Do you have 1, 2, or 3 things? Just have a moment of reflection and think about what went well. What did you do really well today? What are you proud of? What are you grateful for that you were able to get accomplished? And then next, write out some solutions for some challenges that you had today. Did you have a challenge today? I'm sure you did. Everybody does, right? Well, what could you have done differently? Take a moment to reflect on that and think about that and write it down. And then last but not least, review and write out the agenda for tomorrow. What are the non-negotiables? All right. That is something that I want you to do the night before each business day. Now, next on the day of, we're going to wake up early. Too many of us are sleeping in. I'm going to tell you, Lee Brown wrote a book and she said, so many people get in this business because they think that they have this free schedule, it's flexible hours. And her joke is, yes, the hours are so flexible, you get to work all of them. And I chuckled when I read that, because I will tell you, when I first got into real estate, I worked more as a real estate professional than I did as a billable attorney for a law firm. And I had to bill 70 plus hours a week to work 40 or to bill for 40. And so I worked a lot when I was a lawyer, okay, a lot. And I enjoyed it, right? Until I didn't. But then when I got into real estate, I fell in love with this career. I mean, I would be up till 10 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock at night, working, up at 5 a.m., working, right? So it's very easy to get caught up in all of the hours. that are available to us with our work. And I'll tell you, when you enjoy what you do, it doesn't feel like work. Not the same anyway as when you're working a traditional 9-to-5 job, but you still want to be organized with your time. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. But like I said, you want to get up early, and when you get up early, and early is personal to you. For some of us, it's 5 a.m., 6, 7, 8, 8 a.m. Is probably the latest I would say is getting up early. Any time after that, it's definitely not getting up early, just to be clear. Don't wait till 8 to get up if you don't have to. And for those of you that think I'm not a morning person, guess what? Neither was I. I wasn't a morning person either. I used to love staying up late, but guess what? All it is a habit, and you can change your habits. In fact, I'm going to give you guys a list of 12 books that I think you should read as a real estate professional. And there's a really good book in there about how to build better habits. So you might want to check that one out. And now I'll just tell you it now. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you haven't read that book, go read it. It's a really good one. So anyway, you're going to get up. And this is a great time to spend this 30 minutes to an hour knocking out some administrative tasks, sending some emails. You can delay send them if you want to, or you can just send them. Most people aren't woken up by their emails going off all night. Most of us have those settings on our phone, right, to kind of mute those alerts. But I would send out those emails that you need to send out, do any admin task, do any MLS reviews, things like that. You can get that done pretty early in the morning. Next, you can spend some time on your professional task. You can review market stats. You can read a chapter in a book. You can set up and review home searches like I talked about. You can make a list of the people to reach out to that day. Who do you need to call? Who needs follow-up, or a follow-up call or a follow-up text? And then also too, you can spend some personal time in there too, getting some exercise in, meditating or praying, whatever is efficient and works for you. But I would spend that hour broken up, maybe 50-50 between admin time or professional time and some personal time. One of my new things is I'm trying to get up early and walk for 30 minutes. That's about 1.5 miles to 2 miles that I can get done during that time. And it makes me feel better. I feel like my brain is kicking and firing. And so I would highly recommend that you spend some time doing that as well. Next, you want to spend some time, have breakfast. If you eat breakfast, get dressed for the day, drive to work. Yeah, I said that. Go to work. If that's your office, make it a thing. Get dressed. Do not go to work in your pajamas if you work from home. Get dressed. It helps your mental capacity. I promise you, it does help. It feels good. Even when I work from home, during the work week, I get dressed. On the weekends, I might stay in my sweats all weekend, but during the business week, even when I'm working from home, I get dressed. In fact, I'm recording this from home right now. And guess what? I'm dressed, makeup's done, hair is in some sort of thing. I have earrings on, my jewelry, all of it. Get dressed. It matters. Then I would let's move on to the next part of your morning. From 8:30 to 9, you need to role play. You need to practice your scripts. You need to review them, review your strategies, your talking points. Also, don't forget your magic phrases. That is another book that I know. I'm going to give you all the things to read. I know I'm a constant learner. And so the book I'm going to tell you to go pick up is by Phil Jones, Chris Smith, and another author. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. It'll be in the description box below, but it's called Exactly What to Say for Real Estate Agents. It is a phenomenal book. It's a game changer. It's like a secret treasure that not enough people know about, but I want you to know about it because I want you to be the best real estate agent you can be. And so I'm going to give you all the tips and all the tricks so that you can do just that. So every morning you need to spend 15 to 30 minutes studying your craft, getting better at it. That's what's required as a result of mastery. And I have to ask you, do you want to be the best of the best? Do you want to be the best professional that your clients can hire to do the job? And if you said anything less than yes, stop watching this video and go get a different license. Okay. And I'm not kidding about that. Like, if you don't want to be the best, don't bother. Don't get into this business. It's kind of unfair to the rest of us. So, and if you want to be the best, then your actions will speak louder than your words. So go do what you need to do, right? Now, from 9 a.m. to 10, I want to encourage you to call new business. These are people that you haven't spoken to yet, or that you need to follow up with, that you haven't had a chance to talk to yet, that are new leads to you, new opportunities. So you're going to call new business for 1 hour. Then from 10 to 11 a.m., you're going to follow up with business that you've spoken to in the past that they needed a follow up. Maybe they weren't ready 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, but they might be ready now. You want to check in with them, see how they're doing, see how they're progressing. What can you do to help them? Again, I will do another video at some point on what to say in follow-up calls, because that's very different than you might say, what you might discuss and talk about on an initial call. Again, depends on who you're talking to, but follow-up calls can, there's some consistency there depending on what the situation is. So I'll do a class on that. And if you want a class on that, please put in the comments below so I can prioritize that for you. Then from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're going to return any missed calls, because guess what? You're going to make some outbound calls. You're going to miss some people and they're going to call you back. Don't be tempted to answer. Stay focused on the task at hand. Focus on the outbound dials, right? If people take the time to call you back, that means they'll take the time to answer your call when you call them again. It's okay. I promise. This is also a good chance for you to call vendors if necessary, schedule any inspections, appraisals, anything like that that you need to do, schedule any showings. So basically all of your business scheduling can be done during this hour, and you can be following up with title companies, lenders, things like that. So return your missed phone calls here and then follow up with any vendors and that you need to at this time. From 12 to 12:30, take a break. Whether it's lunch, and you eat a quick meal, take a walk outside, get some fresh air, chat with your colleagues, just take a mental break. It's so important to do that throughout the day, just to kind of give your brain a refresh and a reset. So I recommend that you take a lunch break. Then from 12:30 to 1, here's where, this one's the kicker, you might not have heard this. Take care of your personal distractions here. Sometimes, we have all these things happening in life, kids calling us, our partners calling, reaching out to us, just personal things that need to happen. Take 30 minutes a day to handle that. So that way you can take it like, it's like a little checkbox, like done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then knowing that you have a designated time in the day to handle that will help you ignore it when you need to, right? Because there'll be times throughout your day that you'll need to ignore certain things so that you can continue to stay focused on the things that you're supposed to do. I'm going to have a quote for you at the end about this. So just remember that you want to stay focused in the time block that you're in. Otherwise, the day won't go as you desire to go, right? And you won't feel as accomplished as you will if you actually do what you say you're going to do. It matters, even to yourself. Then from 1 to 4 p.m., it's a great time to do some build work. All right. You can do your showing appointments here, have your consultations, whether they're buyer consultations, listing consultations. It's a great time to preview homes and look at new construction or look at some vacant homes if you don't have an active client. And then from 4 to 6 p.m., I would spend this time sending some prospecting and follow-up text to generate appointments, right? So this is another opportunity for you to make some new calls, make some additional calls, return some calls, right? Throughout your day, do any last bit of follow-up, return any last few emails that you need to, so that at 6 o'clock, you can turn your brain off just a little bit, right? Not completely, but just a little bit, and go home and start to shut down professionally for the day so it can be present for yourself and for anyone else that's important to you. And then, of course, we're going to cycle that back up right before bed or at the end of your business day, doing your day in review, where you go over your gratitude, your affirmations, write down your wins and the things that went well as alternative solutions to the challenges that you had throughout the day. Please refer back to the very beginning of this video in order to refresh your recollection. But hopefully you just take notes right along with me. All right. And then last but not least, I have a quote. It's one of my favorites. I probably have 2 favorite professional quotes. And this is one of them. And it's by Keith Cunningham from a book that I read called The Road Less Stupid. Had nothing to do with real estate. It was just a professional business book. And he said, the quality of your life is a direct reflection of what you make non-negotiable. The quality of your life is a direct reflection of what you make non-negotiable. So be sure to make those income generating activities non-negotiable. Otherwise, you won't have any income. And we all know what that looks like. We don't want to in that situation at all, right? So make sure you focus on those income producing activities. Make sure you do them early. You do them first so you can knock them out. And then you can have fun doing the rest of the stuff, talking to clients, looking at homes, and doing all the other fun parts of our business. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you got some good quality content out of this particular video. If you like more videos like this and more tips and tricks and strategies to help you be the best real estate agent possible, don't forget to let me know in the comments, give me a subscribe, and tell your friends. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.